Hey, so this lesson is going to be about the music of Russia. And I was kind of nervous to make this lesson for you guys because we have some Liberty families who are from Russia or from countries around Russia. And they obviously know a lot more about Russia than I do. So I wanted to do them proud and give them real good facts about Russia. But the reality is Russia is a ginormous country. It's so big. They have a ton of different cultural groups. And so it's really hard to just have one music lesson on the music of Russia because really you could teach a whole class just on Russian music. There's so much there. For you history buffs out there, because I know some of you guys love history, Russia has a very unique history. They were Russia, and they had an emperor, and then about 100 years ago, 110 years ago, the emperor got overthrown, and then another government came in, and that government had different rules about what kind of music could be played. And then just about 30-ish years ago, the government got changed again and new rules about music happened. And to this day in Russia, there are still lots of rules about what music people can listen to, what music people should be playing. It's a really, really interesting history. But once again, I could teach a whole history class on it, and I'm your music teacher, so I'm not going to do that. We're going to mainly focus on some traditional instruments in Russia. We are going to look at the Russian ballet, which most of you guys will know the Russian ballet, the Nutcracker. But really, there's a ton of famous ballets that came from Russian choreographers and Russian ballet companies. It's really neat. And we're also going to look at Russian folk music, or some of it, because like I said, there's a ton of stuff out there for Russian folk music. The coolest thing, I really love Russian folk music because Russia is a part of two continents. It's part of Europe and it's a part of Asia. And so you see, depending on what part of Russia the folk music's coming from, those influences. So if you listen to music that's more from the Europe side of Russia, you hear music that you might think of being just your typical classical music. But the farther you get into the Asian part of Russia, the more you get some of that music that you might more associate with like China or Japan, because it's going to start sounding more like that. And then there's the awesome Russian music that kind of takes both sides and like mushes it together into this really special Russian kind of music. And that is the music I love, the music that's just so different from everything else. And of course, we're gonna dance our Sasha, Raz, Dva, Tri at the end of it. So have fun learning about Russia, guys.